Hello Internet, and welcome back to my Big Damn TV Geek vlog. I know it has been quite a while since my last vlog, but I've been dealing with some health issues and have had a super crazy month or so at my actual job, and I've always kind of been of the belief that I'd rather not post anything at all than post something that I'm crappily kind of doing half-heartedly just to make sure something exists. So I apologize for being kind of MIA, but now I'm back. Anyway, lately, I have been super obsessed with Inside Amy Schumer, which is just another in a long line of amazing shows Comedy Central has rolled out over the past couple of years. So this week, I wanted to talk about what a role the network has been on lately and kind of go through some of the great shows you should absolutely be checking out if you aren't already. First up, since I just mentioned it, Inside Amy Schumer. I actually just started watching this show within the last month or so, since it came back for season 3 and aired the Last Fuckable Day sketch and the amazing 12 Angry Men Inside Amy Schumer episode. If you haven't seen either of those, press pause on me. There's links in the description. Go watch those and then come back. They are that good. I have since then started binge watching the earlier seasons of the show, and I just absolutely love what Amy is doing with this series. She has a very strong point of view on a lot of things, does terrific commentary that still manages to be hilarious. I love the little interview segments she does at the end of many episodes. Those are always a blast, and she's just completely comfortable with who she is and what her point of view is, and it absolutely shows and makes the show a blast to watch. So if you're not watching Inside Amy Schumer, hop on that. It's on Tuesday nights right now. I think you'll really love it. Next up in my roll call of Comedy Central's greatest hits right now is Broad City. This probably isn't a surprise to any of you. I've talked endlessly about the adventures of Abby and Alana, both here and on the blog, so I will spare you more of my incessant rambling. Needless to say, I think the show is hilarious. I love what a fantastic depiction of friendship in your early to mid-20s it is. I think it's a fantastic portrayal of life in New York, and I think it's maybe the funniest comedy on TV. So if you haven't seen it, I think the first 2 seasons are both available on Amazon. It's totally worth catching up before the girls come back for season 3 next year. Next on the list is Review with Forrest McNeil. This show kind of came up out of nowhere last summer and ended up being one of my absolute favorite things on TV for all of 2014. Andy Daly is just absolutely wonderful as life reviewer Forrest McNeil. The show had this terrifically, darkly funny arc happening as you watched Forrest's life fall apart because of all of the reviews he's doing of various life experiences. But it was also straight up hilarious because of all of the gags involved with many of these life reviews. Whether it's eating 30 pancakes after he's already eaten 15 pancakes, or There All Is Aching, or the episode where he takes his father-in-law to space. So many hilarious things happening, and I can't wait to see what other ridiculousness they get up to in season 2, which starts July 30th. Next up, we have Key and Peele. I will be totally honest here, I have not seen an enormous amount of this show, but anything I have seen has been terrific. These 2 guys are super funny. I'm also not gonna lie, I'm a little bit in love with Keegan-Michael Key, and he's starting to pop up in all of the things, which is a-okay by me. Anyway, it's a little bit like Inside Amy Schumer in that it's a great sketch show that has its own point of view. The guys like to spoof things, like the NFL roster introduction sketches, which I always find hilarious. They aren't afraid to go a little dark with their humor. There was a sketch this past season with an aerobics class that was super twisted, but so funny. I will link it in the description. So I just love the kind of sketch stuff being pumped out by these guys by Inside Amy Schumer that Comedy Central is willing to take a flyer on and see what happens. Moving right along, we have The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail. If you're not familiar with this show, The Meltdown is a theater in LA, and for years, Jonah Ray and Kumail Nanjiani have had this Wednesday night, I want to say, stand-up show that they've hosted there, and last year, Comedy Central ordered a pilot, ended up making it into a series. So it's a half hour every week of a bunch of amazing stand-up comics doing short little sets in this tiny, awesome little comedy room. They also film stuff backstage, so you get to see these comics kind of screw around with each other and goof off in between their sets. The vibe is awesome. You can tell how much fun everyone is having, and for a comedy nerd like myself, it's just an absolute blast. I adored the first season. You got to see so many great comics. They had Weird Al, they had Garfunkel and Oates, Pete Holmes. There were a ton of amazing people, and I'm so glad something like this exists on TV. So that's just some of the amazingness that's currently on or soon to be returning for Comedy Central. The network also has a couple of new shows coming up this summer. I'm really excited to see how they turn out. They have a series called Another Period, created by Natasha Leggero and Ricky Lindholm from Garfunkel and Oates, that I think is going to be great. The cast is amazing. They have Hannibal Buress's new show called Why, and I find him just so funny and absolutely amazing, so that I'm super excited for. I'm sure there are other shows on the network that I'm not aware of or just haven't had time to watch that are also really good. I guess my point is, if you're not tuning into Comedy Central on a regular basis, you're missing out on a lot of the best comedy on TV. Now I want to hear from you. Are you guys fans of any of these Comedy Central shows I mentioned? Anything I didn't mention that I should absolutely be watching? Let me know in the comments. As always, please like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep on watching my vlog. You can follow me on Twitter at BigDamnTVGeek, and there's a link to my blog and my Facebook page in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.